World Darts Championship here at Alexandra Palace in North London. My name is Ian Danter. I've got Chris Mason and Paul Nicholson, ex-PDC professionals, alongside me. Mark Wilson, part of our team today on air as well. Two sessions, one this afternoon and one this evening. This afternoon's session is an absolute cracker. Do not leave your app, radio, YouTube station at any point, because you are going to be right royally entertained with the three games we've got for you this afternoon alone, after what was a very entertaining night last night as well.
Harrison has left the double, straight for it, straight in it, and straight through to the last 16 on a dream day.
Yes, most certainly a proper statement made by the Nuke last night in the final game of our evening session, brushing Mensah Suljovic aside with ease. We'll talk about that with Nico and Mace now, as well as that shock seeing James Hurrell in what is only his second appearance at these championships, knocking out Stephen Bunting, the number 4 seed. It was a statement from Luke last night. It was, we were talking just before, weren't we, Mace? It was like cat toying with a mouse.
Well, Gary Anderson put one down with that 105. We're going to see him today. And then Luke's basically done what Taylor used to go, oh, right, oh, is that it? Well, hold my dart case and watch this. And yeah, he did. He could have done anything he wanted, and he started to explore different avenues with finishing last night, because and I don't mean this disrespectfully, but he was in such control. He basically could have done whatever he wanted, and it was lovely to see. And we forget he's 18, he's a man, but he's wise, and it's an old head on young shoulders, and that last night was just beautiful to watch.
Every now and again, I am reminded of the scene in Rocky IV when Ivan Drago looks at Apollo Creed on the floor. And that's how Luke Littler was looking at Mensah Suljovic last night. There's nothing you can do that can stop me in this game. And even though Mensah actually did have the audience, which was a bit of a surprise because of what's happened in this tournament with Cullen, he got the crowd involved, he got his first leg, he got his second leg, and Littler was just so comfortable with everything. His maturity in game situations is something to behold.
Just a quick word on James Hurrell. Me and Mace did the commentary on that one last night, but to get through against Stephen Bunting, and Bunting did not play well last night. His darts were dropping below the treble 20. The accuracy wasn't there, and Trebler's visits kept piling up.
Me and Nico picked out a couple of players that were not necessarily, I mean, they were priced accordingly, and there was two players who in the last couple of months have looked a little bit vulnerable. One of them's Watamina, who's scraped through 3-2, 3-2. The other one was Bunting. It's hard to peak at the right time, but for me, Bunting peaked earlier in the year, and he's just steadily tapered off. Watamina has been the same. Did I think Hurrell will beat him? Absolutely not. Was it a great performance? Unbelievable. He played his socks off, and it's great to see, but also leaves me a little bit frustrated. Something else we were talking about, like it's a bit like Plaisir. What have they been doing for the rest of the year? You know, how can they be? And then you've got someone like Harrison who's not even got a tour card, and he's through. It's remarkable.
One thing I will say about James Hurrell, though, he made the last 16 of the Players' Championship finals. That was about a month ago, and that was new territory for him there.
The indicators were there, Nico,
yeah,
weren't they?
Just very small indicators. But the fact is, now that he's made the last 16 of this and the Players, maybe he's starting to figure out, hang on a minute, I'm a bit better than I thought I was. So James Hurrell's going to fancy winning this quarter now, and he's already on 60,000 quid, his best ever payday. It could get much better.
And as I said to you guys, let's see what happens in Players' Championship floor events 1, 2, 3, 4 once we get into next season, and see how the likes of James Hurrell.
Sometimes though it is just it's like a light bulb moment. You got to get it.
Yeah, and suddenly everything clicks into gear. Well, we've got 3 quite sensational coin flip games for you in this afternoon's session. The 6 players that we're featuring in this afternoon's 3 games are all within 8 places of each other in the current live Pro Tour Order of Merit table, from positions 13 down to 21. So let's see what our friends, the bookmakers, make of all of this as we chat right now to our friends from William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
I can almost see the beads of sweat on Ben Barrett's forehead from William Hill as he tries to pick 3 winners, let alone any of the other value we can find this afternoon. Go on, Ben Macy's listening to your every word. What have you got for us?
Good afternoon, gents. Yeah, I'd much rather be previewing the evening card, if truth be told. That looks like a little bit clearer.
Well, if you had a pound
afternoon.
if you had a pound on all the favourites tonight, you get 19 pence. It's easy.
Better in my pocket than anywhere else, I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's a great point to make. We've got 3 really close contests this afternoon and 3 less so much in the betting. For what it's worth, Van Veen 1-14, Humphries 1-14, Van Gerwen is 1-12 later on. We'll concentrate on this afternoon, though. Martin Schindler versus Ryan Searle, not a lot in this at all. Schindler is 11-10, Searle is 11-8. My bet in this one, I'm just backing anything on the over of the 180s. I want total match 180s over. I want 180s from everybody at every given opportunity. Each player.
There's a nod of approval there, Ben. There's a nod of approval there from Chris Mason to that one.
That's what I want. Just give me all the 180 markets in that one. Here's one for you. Each player at least 180 in each set is 14-1. Don't mind that one at all. We'll move on to Heta versus Rob Cross. Another absolute pick'em. Evens against 4-5. 4-5 Cross, the former world champion, of course. I've just got a feeling we're going to go long here on this one. Again, I'm going to split my stakes a little bit like I did yesterday. 4-3 either way, Heta or Cross. It's 5-1 if you want to back one player or the other. And then we've got Anderson versus Watamina. You've mentioned Watamina scraping through a couple of times there. If Gary Anderson gets anywhere near that 105 average he got against Connor Scott, I think he might make light work of this. I think I'm going to head to the handicap markets here. Gary Anderson minus 1.5 sets turns an odds against an odds-on shot, I should say, into an odds against shot. So Gary Anderson minus 1.5 sets on the market is 6-5 against Jermaine Watamina. That's my 3 for this afternoon.
Ben, thanks very much indeed. Mace, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm going over in the first 2 matches because I think they go the distance. I like the fact that you can look at splitting your stake. But if we go over in the first match, over in the second match, and Gary Anderson to win, I think if he wins, he hits the most 180s because they go side by side. That's priced up at even money. I think that's a great punt. The Aka pays 6-1.
Thank you very much, Mace. Those are the very latest odds then with our friends at William Hill. It's 18+, and remember, gambleaware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
So, yeah, 3 fantastic games. Martin Schindler against Ryan Searle is first up. Then Damien Heta, Rob Cross, and Gary Anderson, the 2-time world champion, up against Jermaine Watamina. So 2 world champions for you in both sessions because Humphries and Van Gerwen are playing tonight as well. But let's look at the first game because me and Nico are sticking together to do Schindler against Searle. We'll have our own opinions on this. But when it comes to Schindler and Searle, Nico very quickly reminded me of the Swiss Darts Open last year that these 2 contested in the final. And Searle should have won it. Didn't, and Shindy got the job done.
Yeah, he just about nicked it. I mean, they look at their head-to-head record. They played 5 times, 3-2 to Searle. Every little metric you try and break down. 94-23 for Schindler for his seasonal numbers, 95-73 for Searle, so there's nothing in there. They both hit a 180 at a ratio of 0.28. It's identical over the last 12 months, so there's nothing to pick there. This is one of those that is all on the day. The winner plays Hurrell, and both will, with all due respect, go, well, that's a much better proposition than playing bunting.
Very much so, because if you think about the experience that Stephen's got of playing quarterfinals at the PDC World Championship, and of course he's won at Lakeside, so his set format experience is extensive, and Hurrell has never been to the last 16 before. these two this afternoon will be thinking not beyond their opponent. I know what they're both like. They're going to be tunnel vision this afternoon, but it's unmistakable that their road to the semi-finals has just been given a little bit more clarity.
But you two sensed that this was going to happen with this quarter of the draw anyway, before a single dart was thrown at these championships.
I'm sitting next to a guy right here who said, this littler fella, he might go quite deep. And then he got to the final. Sometimes we get it very right. Quarter two was always going to be the quarter of opportunity. We didn't see Bunting in great form coming into this tournament, did we? And it just goes to show, no matter how hard Stephen worked last night, he still couldn't get rid of Hurrell, and that's to James's credit. But that opens up a great deal of opportunity for someone like Johnny Clayton, who was the other seed, or the top seed in that section, for Ryan Searle and Martin Schindler. Someone's going to make a lot of money in the next few days.
There's plenty of German support that I can see dotted about the Alexandra Palace this afternoon.
Hospitality is pretty much predominantly
Really?
German. Yeah,
okay.
It's incredible.
Well, this is for Martin Schindler. There's one German that's made the semi-finals here, and that's Gabriel Clemens.
He's on tonight. Isn't
He's on tonight. He's up against Luke Humphreys. But for Martin Schindler, he is the German number one. He's the one to knock off top spot. But German darts, all right, Petretsko went out last night. Hopp went out the round before. But German darts is getting healthier and healthier.
It's getting a bit like it was with Holland years ago, Nico, isn't it?
It's more extensive now. You've got more names and more runs. You look at someone like Arno Merck, who played the first game of the tournament. He's still in. He's playing MVG tonight. And imagine what this tournament's been like for him and for German darts, because Arno's reputation in Germany is not that extensive. He's still a new name to them. He's played Peter Wright, and he's got MVG in the next game. Talk about a dream tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, that somebody like Arno Merck went away and came back to the sport. That's the other fascinating thing.
There's
with
plenty
him.
of them. You look at Nico Kurtz, who upset a few people when he played here a few years ago. He's going through an education right now. When he's finished with that and he's settled, he'll come back and he'll do more bits.
I'm a fan of Ryan Searle. I've nailed my colours to the mast.
You've never mentioned it.
Many a time, but you made a very interesting point, Nico, about how he prepares for this game this afternoon, and one individual who's here that might be able to just settle him a little bit.
Yeah, well, we know that Ryan is in the very first game of the afternoon, so with a toe the hockey of about 12:45, Ryan works on about a 3-hour window just to make sure that he's got plenty of time to breathe and to get ready in his own head. So maybe getting to the venue for about 9:30 this morning. There's no way that Gary Anderson's getting here for 9:30 this morning, but I know for a fact, because when we walk to the commentary box, Gary's here.
Yes.
He's here for when Ryan has his last hour.
And they are practice partners in North Holcombe.
And I think that last hour, just having that ally in the practice room.
It's like a comfort blanket, isn't it, Nico?
It is.
If you have someone that you practice with on tour and you're on the same session, there's no coincidence. Well, actually, I'll have a look at it and prove it, because it's just that familiarity, and you prepare better when you're not on your own.
Well, let's see if it works for Ryan Searle. Mace, thank you for the time being.
Pleasure, pal.
Mace will be back with Mark Wilson for Damon Heta against Rob Cross, which is our second match of the afternoon. But it is Searle against Schindler that we're about to bring you. John McDonald, our MC, is ready to welcome the players onto the stage. The PDC dancers are there. Charlie Costafine, our referee, ready to call. Remember, we've got our YouTube watch-alongs going on, and the app, and talkSPORT 2.
Hello, and a very warm welcome. You've joined us live on Sky Sports from the Alexandra Palace, London. And the third round action of the Paddy Power World Darts Championship, brought to you by the PDC. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands joining us live and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the players from England, taking part in his 8th World Championship. The winner of 7 PDC titles, heavy metal, Ryan Searle.
Interesting reception as Ryan Searle's name was read out there, Nico.
Like May said, it's a lot of Germans in the house. They thought that it was possible that their guys were going to make it to this stage. They weren't wrong. You can't escape that the first game of Sunday has got that big game feel. This is going to be tremendous. It is firmly England versus Germany, and two players who have not met since that Swiss Darts Trophy final about 15 months ago. It's not about revenge, it's about getting one back, and that's what Ryan Searle wants today against this man.
Taking part in his 7th World Championship, it's Germany's #1, the winner of 4 PDC titles and a World Cup semi-finalist, the Wall, Martin Schindler!
Well, in days gone by, it would have been a heavy metal walk-on battle, but Martin Schindler's changed from Rammstein to Eminem for his walk-on music. But you heard there were just as many boos for his name and his detail being read out as there was for Searle. So there's partisan support on both sides for this opening fixture this afternoon. You are listening to the World Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2 in partnership with Village Hotels. Celebrate New Year's Eve at a Village Hotel. Book now at villagehotels.com. And Schindler and Searle shake hands. Practice starts coming in, and then we're underway on talkSPORT 2, the talkSPORT app, and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. We do have our comment section available on the YouTube page. You got any questions you have for Nico, who's here with me now, or Chris Mason? If you've liked and subscribed, you're able to comment on our individual streams on the YouTube page. Get your questions in. I do keep an eye on it whilst we have the game in progress here.
Honestly, it's Sunday, and this place has more of a European tour feel than the World Championship to start, because there are so many German people here. If you look at the signs on the floor and in the stands, Dance, most of them are in German. This is astonishing.
Well, I think back to the days immediately post-COVID where there was not the continental audience that we would have necessarily craved or wanted at the World Championships, but thankfully things are back to normal in that sense, and that means that it's not just the players that come jetting in from the continent desperate to do well here. The fans come from the Low Countries, from Germany, Holland in particular, and they come en masse.
Sometimes Ryan Searle is very easy to read. We look at him on the stage from about 50 feet away, and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah,
but his eyes, they tell you, I want this. I want to be in the last 16 for the 4th time, to stop Martin from getting there for the 1st time. But he's in the 60 to start. Here we go. Starts with a max. This one's going to be good. Don't go anywhere.
Oh boy. Schindler has the honour in the odd-numbered sets. It's a best of 7 set encounter, so first to 4 makes it through to the last 16, and Schindler drifts into single 5 but readjusts.
70.
The winner of this game plays James Horrell, I remind you, who beat Stephen Bunting last night.
100.
Steady turn from Searle, but Schindler's already got a good healthy advantage in this opening leg. 13th seed against the 20th seed, in case you're wondering.
They're supposed to have made it this far, Dance, based on seeding numbers. And Searle did mention this possible fixture in a previous interview. He's got his first max. He leaves 164, first to a finish, but Schindler will be better off after these 3. But how far can he bring the 192 down?
Probably by a ton by the looks of it, and that's exactly what he's got. So let's see what Ryan Searle can do. He's looking at 19s. He's got 3 of them. Another one would lead the bull for the first leg. Oh, he's way off. It's was that single 12 he hit?
Single 14.
Single 14.
It's not the worst miss in the world. Well, listen to how everything goes quiet when Martin is throwing. He's missed double 18. Needed 2 of them to take 92 out. Well, Searle just needs 1 double 18 for a 1-0 lead and a break a throw.
On the wire. Again on the wire. Outside and too far inside. Third dart deflected off the second, and Schindler's back in for 60.
Does like tops, but he's going to have a big blue flight in his way now that he's got that single 20. Just shuffles to his right a little bit to open the angle, way over the top, and then just a little bit underneath. So Searle comes back for 18. It's going to be straight for double 9. Outside, half a centimetre inside. It's a scrappy start.
Oh boy, double trouble for Germany and England. Schindler almost resignedly heads to the board, looking at double 10. He's inside double 10, double 5. There we go. There we go. Just the 20 darts needed for a hold of throw for Martin Schindler, and we're off and running on talkSPORT 2.
I would not be surprised if that's the worst leg of the entire match. They are human beings playing the first game of the day. It is a nerve-wracking experience to play at 12:45 and be the first on the hockey for the day.
Even they would probably not have expected quite such a boisterous atmosphere as they've walked into this afternoon.
85.
I don't remember a Sunday afternoon being this up for it right from the first dart. But we can't ignore the fact that this is the Swiss Darts Trophy final rematch from September 2024. Ryan Searle was leading 7-4 in the final in a race to 8 legs. Schindler would win the last 4 legs after Searle missed 7 for the match. That really hurt.
140.
Just goes to show what happens if you edge a game like that, because Schindler would go on to win the Austrian Darts Open this year for his 3rd European Tour success. Searle is still to get one.
155.
155 for Searle, who's a good 100 points ahead. He'll get down to a 2-dart finish with this visit. God, it's raucous in here.
80.
Misses the treble 18, hits treble 1, but 75 left for heavy metal.
Well, what Ryan really needs now, with 75 left after 12, and Schindler hitting a 140 to leave 111, just a nice clean take. 2 singles, or that treble 17 for double 12. The clean take he gets. That 20 darter is history. It's now 1-1 in the first set. Really good start. Enticing.
Just don't know what's going to happen next. Schindler with his blue rejected dart. We didn't have many of those yesterday. You just talked about that with me off air.
Yeah. Probably the nerdiest statistic I can think of for the day is that on Saturday, all day in 6 games, we had 2 rejected darts on the board, and 3rd leg of the day, we've already had one.
From Schindler, who draws the dart back to it. There's a little mark above his right eyebrow that looks suspiciously like repetitive dart flight being embedded in that part of his skin above his eyebrow.
Yeah, I bet if he goes to a dermatologist, they won't be able to diagnose that.
But he throws he just draws the dart back to the skin by that right eyebrow and then releases.
29.
More of an aimer than a thrower. Ryan's a bit more of a thrower with muscle memory, and he's in the red bit at the start of this visit and readjusts for a 140. So nip and tuck in this 3rd leg, 1 leg apiece.
Yeah, 2-1-2 for Schindler, the number 13 seed. Maximum leaves double 16. Could get one as well. Going to have to power the next 2. Running out of room in the 60. 140 is good to leave 72. Searle 1-2-4 for a break.
104 left. Wanted treble 18 for Bull. Only gets a single 18. Went for Bull anyway. 72 for the wall.
16's first. As 3,500 people hush. Treble 16 found. Can Martin find double 12 with his 2nd effort? He cannot.
60.
Slightly underneath with the 2nd effort.
61.
And Searle's got 61 for that eventual break of throw. Treble 7 for tops. And if he's hitting tops today, Schindler's got one massive problem on his hands. It's 2-1 in the first set to Searle.
Game on.
Break of throw as well. Let's not forget, from the man from North Holcombe in Devon. And he starts leg 4 with a 140. He was moving on dart 3, you could see it.
There's no telling him, honestly.
There's no telling any of them.
I've mentioned to him at least 5 times. Look at Schindler, statuesque, but then he has got a lower centre of gravity. He gets the 180.
A little ferret finger point at the camera as well.
I think there's going to be plenty of maximums in this game. There's been 4 already. I think Mace was onto something.
45.
Yeah. Well, the ingredients for Searle today are simple. 180s and tops. If they go well, he'll probably win the game. Schindler has got a few more weapons in his arsenal, but he hasn't got as many 180s in his locker, really, as Searle, and he hasn't got as many tops. What's this? Another 180 from Searle. That's his second.
And I think the English supporters in here have just realised how many Germans are here, and are starting to realise, right, we've got to back our man. We've got to give him the support that the German supporters are clearly giving to their #1 player.
136 for the set. Not going to find it, just over the 60, and a second rejected dart of the game.
40.
So we've already had as many as yesterday. That was a flight deflection. 40 points, leaves 96, and Schindler's on 170. If he gets another 60, he's on for the 10th one of the tournament. There's a hush. Oh, and it turns to ooze as he gets a single 20 and a bullseye to leave tops, but Searle's got 96 for the set.
Oh, make that 95. He's got to go down for the 19s. He's got it. Double 19 for the set. How often does he practice this? Not often by the looks of that dart. He's a good centimetre inside. Tops for Schindler for 2-2.
We're going to get loads of sets that are going to go the distance. Double 10 for Schindler. He's missed tops underneath. He's missed double 10 to the right. Crowd involved. He misses 10s. Searle now has 19 left to win set 1 by 3 legs to 1.
3 for double 8. And there's double 8, and there's the first set. And a break of throw to take that set for the Englishman Ryan Searle. Martin Schindler straight back onto the board to throw through practice darts whilst the crowd punches the air. But in this really boisterous atmosphere, England taking on Germany. First blood to Ryan Searle in this best of 7 sets encounter on talkSPORT 2, the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, and the talkSPORT app. It's Searle 1, Schindler 0. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be astonishingly good darts. Well, if you love your darts, whether it's League Night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now, Target have taken the home set up to another level with the Omni Auto Scoring System. Instant, accurate scoring and a slick modern way to sharpen your game. So, if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler gets on target.
Exclusive coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2.
Ryan Searle leads Martin Schindler by 1-0 in a best-of-7 encounter in round 3 of the PDC World Darts Championship. You're back on talkSPORT 2, the talkSPORT app, and our YouTube page with myself, Ian Danter, your match commentator, and former PDC professional Paul the Asset Nicholson alongside me. Taylor, the tape of that first set, sluggish start, as we noted, with a 20-dart holder throw from Schindler, but it got better.
It got better for Searle, didn't it? He would win the next 3 legs. Couple of scruffy darts at double, but plenty of maximums. 5 in the first set in 4 legs. That is the kind of set that Searle wants to win.
46.
In the end, it was fuss-free. But if Schindler had taken leg 4, who knows what could have happened after that. This has got the ingredients of a classic, but Schindler's got to hit back soon.
60.
And if you're just tuning into our coverage, I can tell you that the atmosphere inside Alexandra Palace is most definitely not the sort of reserved atmosphere you get in other places on a Sunday.
It's the last 32. It's supposed to be good, but off the top of my head, very few times have I heard the last 32 this loud. Something to do with post-Christmas last 32 darts potentially, because usually in the past that will be pre-Christmas.
58.
Now Searle is struggling here on throw at the start of this second set. Barely broken 400 after 9 darts. Schindler has got a chance here to break at the start of this set. He's looking to post his what would be his 4th maximum already, but just falls short with dart 3.
Well, Searle is someone who has made the last 16 before. We'll get into that in the next leg, because Schindler's on 161. This is a shot that Stephen Bunting hit last night to win a set. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him.
I think he hit a 121 as well to win a set.
161, 121 and 100 just to win sets. If he didn't hit those shots, he was probably beaten 4-0. 96 for Schindler, with Searle now on 103, pressurising him.
This to break the throw, 76 left. Tried again for treble 20, but the first dart was a bit of a blocker, so he ends up setting up tops. Searle from 103, 83 left now. Hits treble 17 for double 16, and he's just inside.
My word, you heard the wire being reduced right there, just on the inside. And just on the inside of tops is Martin Schindler, the number 13 seed, who was looking to climb into the top 10 by the end of this championship. And if he were to do so, he would of course be the first German to do so, because he was the first German to make the top 16 this year. A huge stride for German darts.
So leg 2 underway in set 2. Schindler having already broken. Searle, not known as heavy metal just because he walks onto a Black Sabbath song, but he uses the heaviest darts on the Pro Tour by quite some distance as well.
Yeah, something like 6 grams, which is a lot in darting terms. Now, I mentioned that Searle, who's sitting on 361 here, and after that turn he leaves 261. He's been to the last 16 3 times. 2019 on debut, lost to Michael Smith by 4-1. Lost to Stephen Bunting 2 years later by 4-3. And 4 years ago he lost to Peter Wright by 4-1. Wright would eventually go on to win the title for the 2nd time. But those experiences have not been felt by Schindler, because he's only made the last 32 this stage of the tournament twice before, 2 times out of the last 3 years.
Schindler under pressure here in this second leg, having just broken the Searle throw. Table's not quite turned in Searle's favour, but he's down to a finish first. 161 is the outshot, but it won't go. What can he set up from here? Well, the bullseye gives him a outshot of 71 when he returns, heavy metal.
Whenever he's on a 2-dart, you're thinking, how does he leave tops? Well, with 71, it's single 13, single 18 and tops. But he's going to have to hit it now. Another max from Schindler. His 4th leaves double 12. Single 17, single 14, 1 dart at tops. Just a little high for Searle. Bad news for him, because Martin is on double 12.
Why is it on the outside? Good marker though. Oh, he's too far inside. How about double 6 at 3 o'clock on the board? Wide of it. Just wide of it.
That's twice now. He's missed double 12 twice in the same visit. Will Searle miss tops? Of course he won't. With a marker like that just over the top dance, he could close his faulty eyes and still hit tops.
Yeah, for those that don't know, Ryan has a slight stigmatism that means he doesn't see the board as clearly as you would when you look at a dartboard. But he's refused any sort of idea of surgery or wearing glasses. He can still hit the doubles. It's extraordinary, really.
He's spoken very candidly to PDC referee Hugh Ware on a podcast about the condition that he has and how it is actually hereditary, and he feels rather awful that he's passed that condition to his daughter. And it really breaks his heart.
100.
But look at what Daddy can do with that condition. He's still a darting superhero.
Coming down to the 19, Searle, and picks off 6 of them after an errant first dart. And Schindler, who made pretty light work of Keane Barry in the last round, averaging 96 in the 3 sets to no victory. Got past Stephen Burton by 3-1 in the first round, did Schindler, while Searle hasn't dropped a set yet at this tournament. And he's just picked off a 1-5-1 on tops to go 2-1 up in this second set.
I think he's just turned the tide in set 2. What a shot that was. That was typically Searle. And if you think just because he is the number 20 seed that he's not one of the favourites for the title, if he can do something like that and that, another max from Searle, he's got all the ingredients of being a world champion. He might not have won on a big stage before, but he's got the capabilities.
So Schindler finds himself under pressure, having, remember, broken the throw in the first leg of this set. Searle can't continue the perfect darts in this leg.
I'm going to be selfish, Dance. I think we need a 9 this afternoon to warrant this audience. Imagine, I think they might need a new roof to go with the Great Hall next year. There's a 9 this afternoon. 2-2-5 Searle. Schindler, only 59, leaves him on 2-8. He's in trouble here. He might lose set 2.
As I mentioned, Searle hasn't dropped a set yet. 3-0 against Chris Lamond, 3-0 against Brendan Dolan.
And getting better as each game goes on.
Yeah, it was 93 against Lamond, 98 average against the history maker.
Ryan, you require 85.
So 85 for the second set for Searle. Treble 15 hit for tops. Of course. And an average of over 102 for Ryan Searle. He has still not dropped a set at these championships. And the German attendees, they're going to have to cheer a little bit louder to roar on their hero, because Martin Schindler is very much up against it at the Palace. In a race to 4 sets to get through to the last 16, it is on talkSPORT 2, Ryan Searle 2, Martin Schindler 0.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Linkler gets on target.
You're listening to the World Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2 in partnership with Village Hotels. With 34 locations across the UK, visit villagehotels.com. Ian Danter and Paul Nicholson with you on talkSPORT 2, the talkSPORT app and our talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can comment on our watch-alongs for each game at these championships. It's Ryan Searle, 2-0 up in a race to 4 against Martin Schindler. There's some Premier League action this afternoon, a couple of games, and Natalie Sawyer will keep you in touch over on talkSPORT on Game Day Live. Sunderland Leeds kicks off at 2 o'clock, and then Crystal Palace against Tottenham is the 4:30 game. Goals to stay going over on talkSPORT, but we're sticking with the darts here, and why would you want to be anywhere else? A brilliant afternoon of darts with Rob Cross against Damien Heta to come, and then Gary Anderson, two-time world champion, against Jermaine Wattimena.
I'm not going to lie, Dance. If somebody offered me a ticket to the Steelers game tonight against the Browns, I'd rather be here. I'd rather be here. This atmosphere is exquisite.
We've got some American football in the early hours of tomorrow morning as well. The Bears at the 49ers from 1 a.m.
Oh, the Bears are very, very happy today. They have won their division. They're going to the playoffs, the Bears.
And you wouldn't have thought that the Bears have not been the butt of the jokes, haven't they, for the past few years?
Caleb Williams is saying, I told you so. I told you I could play this game.
So into set 3 we plunge. Ryan Searle averaged 102 in that second set, in coming from a breakdown to win it 3-1. Pops in a 140 early on in this third set. Schindler's got the darts, remember, in these odd-numbered sets.
What a 140 that was from Searle. Not as good as this shot from Martin Schindler, though. That 125 leaves him on 71, but Searle has got a big fish chance. Not for long. It's off the hook. Trying to leave himself a double. 105 leaves 65. 50-50 at the start of set 3.
No fishy on the dishy. Treble 13 for double 16 for Schindler. Good dart on the wire. Oh, he gets closer, but not close enough. I thought that was in, but not so. Searle, 25 for tops. His favourite double, and he's got it again. Needed 2 goes at it, but he got it all the same.
Martin Schindler has got to keep Ryan Searle away from tops. He had a chance to do that right there with 2 darts at double 16, and now that his percentage on doubles in this match has gone down to 13%, he's not doing his job properly. He's allowing Searle too much time. He's had 3 more darts at a double. He's been way more efficient, nearly 40%. And Schindler's in trouble now. He is 1-0 down in the third and 2 sets to love down.
And that was a break of throw as well, we shouldn't forget, at the start of this third set for Ryan Searle. But he only pops in 41 for his second visit, so he's not broken 400 yet. So the chance for a break back immediate for the wall.
You said that in the previous leg, though. He'd barely broken 400. Schindler was way in front, but that key 140 of Searle to get to 170, that was the reason why Schindler was under pressure. He's doing it again, is Searle. This time it's 1-2-3. He was on the walk again, but that 1-2-3 gets him 10 behind. Schindler is never comfortable in this game.
Which is odd, to say the least, when you think of that recent history. Paul mentioned the Swiss Darts Open final last year where Searle missed 7 darts. Mind you, that could happen again. He could get into such a strong winning position and not convert. There's another maximum. They're 4 apiece now in the 180 column. 100 left for heavy metal.
Yeah, that's bad news for Martin, because 100, that's either 1 or 2 double tops. Schindler is trebleless. He was leading this leg by a mile, and Searle has turned it around. Doesn't have to go 2 double tops, but he's going there anyway, and he gets them both! What a shot! Searle is going through the gears, and the look on his face, this looks personal.
It does feel that way, that he's on a bit of a mission to exercise some ghosts here. Ryan Searle from last year on the European tour.
That 32-gram dart has got no right to be as close to the previous one like that top shot. How he does that, I have no idea. He is a wizard.
A sorcerer, like Will Byers in Stranger Things.
Oh, well, we have something changing on the stage. Schindler is just taking a bit of a time out here. I don't blame him. He could be out of this tournament in 10 minutes if he's not careful.
What's he changed? The stems?
I think he might have just changed a flight. He might have damaged 44. One.
Right. I didn't see any great deal of difference. at first glance. So, 2-0 Searle in this third set. He's 2-0 up. And Schindler is just trying to stay with him, just trying to keep pace.
And some people think that Searle is a short course dart player. You'd be right, he's very good at that
45.
particular format, but he has a personal best on this stage of 101.54. That was against Steve West in 2020.
98.
He can keep to that 100 average level for the long haul. As for Schindler, he, like every other German dart player who's ever played here,
140.
none of them have ever finished a game with 100 average.
Yeah, you showed me that with Petretsko and Clemens and others. All just a shade under 100. 170 scored by Searle to leave himself on tops again, of course, to clean up the third set. And again, it's crept up from nowhere, this advantage that Searle's got himself here. Tops, Nico.
Right there, right in there. Smack in the back of the net like Alan Shearer with a penalty. And that average in that set was 104.86. It was very decent, mid-90s in set 1. It was 102 in set 2. Set 3 was even better. He wants to get rid of Schindler. Well, before 1:30 in the afternoon.
We've been playing 19 minutes of darts, if you exclude the comfort breaks, in this third round encounter. And Ryan Searle
91.
of North Holcombe in Devon is making light work of Martin Schindler, the German number 1. And much as with another chap called Ryan, who loves double 16, if the fate of the world rested on somebody hitting double top,
I'm never going to live that down, am I?
but it's great. If Ryan Searle had to hit double top to save the earth,
95.
and you know,
He's my guy.
11 from Stranger Things wasn't around, up steps heavy metal.
I think 98 out of 100 people would probably pick Ryan Searle. He's got 181 here after 9. Schindler's on a finish of 170. He's probably going to have to hit it. 134 from Searle. Leaves himself on 47. Schindler, if you don't hit this, you're going to be 1-0 down.
Fourth set, 3-0 Searle. He's still not dropped a set in these championships. And the 170 is definitely not going to go from Schindler. Rescues the visit with a treble 20, but 7 for tops. The obvious route for Ryan Searle. And there's another quick clutch finish. Wow, wow, wow. Averaging 107 in what could be the final set of the match, unless Schindler pulls his socks up.
Ryan Searle is not the kind of dart player who garners clicks, says many controversial things, but when he was talking to us on the talkSPORT network, before that 180, well before it in fact, he said, do you want to play Schindler or somebody else in the next round? He said, I want Schindler. Didn't even hesitate. He wanted Martin today, and we're starting to see why.
And Schindler, although he's not the sort of player to look
95.
wound up or aggravated by the situation he's in, Schindler, there's just a feeling of, well, powerlessness.
Every now and again, when you play it over the course of 5, 10, 15 years as a PDC pro, you get someone who's having their day and you think, oh no, I've got them on a good day.
Trebleless visit from Schindler, only 59. And this is the Schindler throw, second leg of the fourth set.
94.
Treble 18 picked off by Searle after 2 darts just below treble 20.
Now you know what Searle's going to do with the 142. It's going to be 2 treble 17s for tops. That's the effort anyway. And Schindler's going to be nowhere near a finish. He's very close to elimination already. Treble 5 and 2 single 5s to leave 2-6-5. And there's 1 treble 17. There's another. Tops for 2-0. Just a little bit high, but he will come back for tops to establish that 2-0 lead in set 4. He's currently 3-0 on talkSPORT 2.
What Schindler got left in the tank from 2-6-5. Trying to get down to a finish at least. Well, he's done that. 7-19's hit. But tops again for Searle to go within 1 leg of victory. There it is. And now he's got the darts in leg 3. 48% on his doubles, but on the other side of the coin, nothing's changed for Schindler. 13% on his doubles.
Every set Ryan Searle is getting better.
93.
I'm going to say it again. Every set. 95, 102, 104. This is nearly 110. This is the epitome of going through the gears. Some people haven't even got
81.
these gears, but we know that Ryan has, and Schindler is shell-shocked.
Searle back in the red bit, looking for a 140 and gets it. Down to 268. He could well be closing things out in this leg. It's 3 sets to 0. It's 2 legs to 0. And another troublous visit from Schindler. From 268 rather. Searle went to the 18s. Picks off 98 to leave him on 170.
Well, that would be some way to finish the match. We've seen 2 games finished on a 170 in this tournament. It would be the 10th. Schindler can't leave a finish. That 135, he's still way back. But it's Searle for the win. Hit this to win the game. 60 twice. Ball for the game.
145.
He's missed his first match start. I'll tell you what, he doesn't want to miss another 6.
That would have been an extraordinary way. It would have been an average of over 113 if he'd picked that bull off.
83. Ryan, you require
But
25.
in the end, 9 for double 8. I'm assuming no, he's gone 1 for double 12 for the match, and there it is. And Ryan Searle blistered.
He lost the Players' Final to Peter Wright in 2021. He has evened the scale today. He almost finished the game with a 170 finish. But what he did was he set a personal best on the World Championship stage to get to the last 16 for the 4th time, and he's never been more ready to make a quarter-final. It will be a South-West derby in the last 16 against James Hurrell. That will be one crazy spectacle.
Just saw Martin Schindler walk off the stage, utter dejection in his eyes. He can't believe what he's just been on the end of, I would assume, by the look in his eyes as he came off the stage. But yes, Ryan Searle through to round 4 to play James Hurrell, and that game was over in 23 minutes of playing time.
I have 3 words to categorise that performance from a guy who was one of the most friendly on the tour. That was vicious. That was vicious.
That was personal from Ryan Searle. Next up, former world champion, the first world champion we ever brought you with darts on the radio. Rob Cross, Voltage, takes on the Heat. Damon Heta and Mark Wilson and Chris Mason will guide you through that match next here on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page, on the talkSPORT app, and on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2. But Ryan Searle is through. 4-0 winner over Martin Schindler.
The PDC World Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2 with William
Thanks, man.
Hotels.